Hey, how about that? We threw together an intro in record time for a new show on the Loco Media Network, the 1L Hoops Happy Hour. This is a Rob Benson creation. This is your creation in your mind. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I think we're going to talk. I know we're going to talk basketball. I know one of the guys who's supposed to be here is not here, but Justin Jarrett joined by Coach Fish and Rob Benson. And hopefully we'll be having Jamie Manning coming to play with us from time to time as well, and whoever else wants to come talk hoops. But I'm a little out of the loop on the high school stuff. I haven't been able to get out to anything yet. I've seen USCB plenty. Saw the Sand Shark women today in a crazy game. They got down 20, scrapped back in it, and almost won it at the end. A million fouls, a spicy coach on the other sideline. It was a good time for a Tuesday afternoon. And I know you guys have been out at Seabrook, though, and you've been around to see Cross and JP2 and a few other people. Robbie, you've been checking out St. Andrews. So what's good, boys? What's happening in the gyms?
Well, first off,
Go ahead, Rob.
I was just going to say, first off, Justin, I'm not sure I appreciate where they've moved you at the USCB games. You had a one.
Don't
Now
love it.
they have the beer cove on the entrance now,
Mhm.
which and then on the opposite side, I guess they got you some elevation. Is that what that was?
Yeah, we're elevated, but when the place gets full, people sit right next to us, and I have to stand up to see the corners. So it's not great. We may talk about that and see if we can't revisit that because it's
Well,
not
that was
not
something.
ideal. I thought I was gonna like it at first, but I turned out to not like it.
Well, I couldn't figure it out, and then it's also it's sort of for those who are, it's a rather large beer drinking section now at center court, which
It
is,
is
I mean, that
several
could be that
several tables worth of beer drinking.
that could be kind of rowdy come league play in the Peach Belt,
True
right?
story. True story.
But
Um,
they
Go
took
ahead.
they took another L today, right?
Yeah, lost by what was it, four? It ended
Yeah,
up
lost by four. I think
um,
they were down
after being
20
down
at half.
20. Yeah, they were down 20 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter and got it down to four. And honestly, geez, I mean, they missed 17 free throws. So,
Geez, really
Wow.
that many?
yeah, yeah. They were like
I
21
mean,
or
they
38 or
took a
something like
ton.
that.
They took a ton in the fourth. I think that
Hmm.
I mean, it's amazing what happens, bro. You tighten up that rotation and you know, actually
You
play who
know,
should be
Well,
playing.
and I mean,
what's
Gatosi just
funny?
went like superhero mode in the fourth. She was just snatching the ball, like just taking it off of him over and over and over again, and Hayward too. And
Oh yeah.
Lenore Ryan was spiraling, but they were able to hold it together long enough. But and foul trouble was coming into play. They had three kids foul out, and it was a battle of attrition. But no, it was a fun game. It didn't
That's
start out that way.
Yeah.
pretty good call by you, Fish, because it's funny on our way out we had to leave early to get PJ to the pregame thing, but over at May River. But one of the things she had mentioned on the way out was to her it was pretty obvious who their top five kids were. Like four for sure should be on the
Yeah.
floor during most of
Yeah.
and the rotations get kind of wacky and like there's a lot of people that get involved until they hone it in. But for by my eyes and by hers and others, I think there's like four or five kids they really should ride if they want to see the success that they can possibly have this year. And Gatosi's by far the workhorse there.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
she's
that I
she's
mean
incredible, and she couldn't buy a shot today. I mean, she had so many rim in and out, just couldn't get one to go. So
it's still early in the season though. She could be trying to I mean, figure out a rotation, I guess, but
yeah,
I mean it's pretty clear as day who their top I would say 6, 7 are.
yeah. And
But
props to Courtney, by the way, local products, right? I mean, there's a lot of local products. I don't want to say that on the team, but in terms of little local skis, she adds a dynamic they haven't had at point guard in the last couple of years,
hmm
even though she's sort of feeling her way around and it's not going to be at like a dominant score at that level or anything like that. But what she does is brings a certain point guarding presence and
yeah, some
tempo and
poise.
pace, right? Yeah, some
Hmm.
poise. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
thought they got a little baited today into going faster than they needed to, especially in the first half. They were kind of trying to to run and um, just when they ran the offense and got open looks, they were knocking them down. But they for a while there, they were just bullying into the lane and just chucking it up at the basket, and it was
Yeah.
working because he kept getting fouled, but there wasn't a whole lot of offense at times today, so that was a little discouraging. But defensively, I mean, they scrapped and stayed with a team that had some offensive prowess. Number two was really tough, Aaliyah L.
Yeah, they
But they
did. I
shut
think when
down number five, who's usually like a 14 point per game kid. They did a pretty good job.
yeah, they did. I think that I mean when teams press you full court, there tends to be a tendency of I mean beating your person and then a lot of kind of fool's
Hmm.
gold and thinking
Yep.
that you may have a lane or things like that. And I mean if you just go too fast and you don't understand the game in certain spots, you can just get yourself in a bad spot. I just think it took them some time to adjust to that. And then
Yep.
I mean finally you got teams that like to press generally don't like to be pressed. And then
Right.
once USCB started prepping them, I mean that really changed the game around. Their
Yeah.
guards couldn't really handle the ball or anything like that. So I mean, hopefully that rotation tightens up, man, from the beginning. That's all I'm saying. There's some girls out there who, if I was a coach, they would not see the floor, man. Like
Yeah,
I shouldn't
that's
be I
real.
shouldn't be an outsider watching the game and realizing some kids can't run a play, or some kids
Yeah.
just look out there and they're lost. Um,
Or some
and
kids run the play right and they get the look and they just blow the layup. I mean,
yeah, I
like
mean,
we
at the
can't
end of
do
the day,
that.
there's college basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, you got to figure out
but
who
like I
it
said,
is and
benefit
route
of the
them.
doubt early in the season. Benefit of the doubt.
Yep. Now they
No, no,
look
for
better
sure.
than the past 2 years. I mean, obviously health is going to be a factor, but there's a
She
lot of
can
bodies
drill.
over there at least.
Hey, and they
She
made
got.
that comeback too without that Sammy girl. She didn't really play much in the fourth.
Yeah, she struggled a little bit with her shot today as well. She knocked down a couple,
I don't
but
really like just completely going away from. I mean, she averages 13 a game. It's not like
yeah,
I mean she could hit a shot late that changes that whole game
yeah.
around. You know what I mean? So
Amen. I mean, she's a pretty reliable 3 point shooter, at least over the course of over the length of her career. So, no, I like her. I like obviously. I mean, I like this team. I think they've got some potential to be pretty
I think
decent,
so.
as you said, if they tighten up that rotation a little bit and get a little more chemistry, with the new kids, with what's coming back. And the guys took it on the chin against number six. They got a little
Uh,
wake up call,
I heard.
100-66
Oh
against
wow.
Alabama Huntsville. Just got
I
smacked. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield, right?
I mean
Yeah, for
just
sure.
with how they play though. Like I mean, it's
Yeah.
a fun style of ball, but at the same time, it's hard to stop a run. If another team goes
Hmm.
on a run and you're just trying to rely on pretty much just playing pickup ball,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
hard thing to do, man. It's a
I
hard
like.
thing to
Yeah.
stop
I mean,
runs.
so it's funny because that's an interesting concept. Their style of play because it is fun, and it does get up and down, and it's five in and five out, and it's a lot of jump trapping and running jump style stuff, and it creates chaos, and it does create like a pickup sort of element to it, and it's helped them win quickly
Mhm.
in the Peach
Yeah.
Belt, right, at a pretty legitimate level. But I'm not sure it showcases kids in a way that like move them, right? Like it becomes like it it
Kind of
becomes
like
what
the air raid offense in
yeah,
football.
and look, I mean, like that's the thing. Like, so just speaking like on an AAU scenario, there's a local program, not a local program out of Columbia, a wonderful program. But they keep like 14, 15 kids and they bring five in, five out, five in. And it just got to be hard to evaluate the kids. And I think that that's sort of what I'm getting at here is that, you have you're trying to create this team and whatnot. But some of these, it's just hard to see much of any of them at any given time, because there's so many in and out.
It's
But
to
yeah,
that point. So for me, I only saw them play once. I couldn't necessarily figure out, I guess, their best player just
Yeah.
because
right.
it was so like even across the board, which again is not necessarily a bad thing. Like you'll beat the hell out of some people playing like that too. But when you play those number six
Right.
who they actually executing and they're running stuff,
Hmm.
and I mean, I talked to one of their guys saying, yeah, they pretty much ran something every time down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you're playing teams who execute, that's a tough style to play. So I'm looking forward to watching them play though.
Yeah,
And seeing if
It's
they can
like
win the game different styles too.
what is it like? It's sort of like our local version of what was the VCU Havoc or whatever it was.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
I guess you could say that.
yeah,
Yeah, I think they shoot a
yeah,
little more threes, but
yeah, for
for,
yeah.
sure.
for like old Arkansas, fucking the 94 feet of hell or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. 40 minutes of hell.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
that's
Um,
what it
that.
was.
Nolan
Yeah,
Richardson. There's definitely a little bit of that in there. Gonna defend you all the way down the court. And
but it's I'll tell you
just
what those back to back games are kind of bang for your buck, right? So like that's
yeah,
I mean it's like 4 hours. You're
Tough on the back, man. Tough on the back, but
yeah, that's true too. Well, so
yeah. And they won the first
let's
one against Christian Brothers. So I think if you would have told them they came out of there 1-1 on that trip, they'd have been pleased with that. You don't really expect to go beat number 6 in their place at this time of the year, but you go try to do it, but you don't
mhm.
really expect
yeah.
to.
So that it's
Um,
yeah, like respect for that to get out there and try to get that W. You get waxed.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. At least
No
you know
big
what it
deal.
looks like, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Absolutely.
they're
Hey,
trying to
that'll be a
go.
tough beat, man. That'll be a tough beat, especially in the Peach Belt.
Yeah, yeah, they
That'll be tough.
should be strong. They're picked second in the preseason, so they got the respect of the fellow coaches. They expect them to be right there, and no reason to believe they won't be. Well, what about the high schools, boys? It's looking a little bleak out there at Seabrook last weekend.
Well, May I guess what May River ran three off, right?
The boys,
But
yeah, May River
The
boys
boys,
looked solid. Obviously
Hardyville,
playing 1As and 2As, but they beat them all by 37 to 40 points. So took care of business. They
right?
look
And I think
crisp. I
tonight,
watched a little on Huddle, and they're doing what they, I mean, they're learning Bennett's system, and they make the extra pass, and they
they
usually
play
make
hard,
the
man.
three, and they get after it on defense and help and trap and uh, active hands and get a bunch of layups, and they're going to be a problem for a lot of people. They're not fun to play.
Yeah, and play hard, execute, trying to accomplish something. I mean, it's a rarity around here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't really
yeah,
get to see the boys this past weekend though. I saw a couple of girls games, but I don't think really
yeah.
any boys have started too tough
Hilton
around here.
Hilton Head. Do we know that the Hilton Head from Benedictine score from tonight?
No, but I'll check and see if I can find it right quick.
Yeah, they played tonight. Benedictine was 0-2, but they have some good players. But they're also round three of the GHSA playoffs, right?
Right. And Hilton Head
So
just finished its season on Friday, so they're probably down some guys
so
as well, or just getting them.
yeah. So I mean
I don't
that's
see a score yet.
score yet. Yeah, I mean, essentially, on the girls' side, a lot of these teams have already played. You got already had a good matchup between JP2 and Cross, right? You had
Yep.
which JP2 won by two. I guess
Yep.
JP2 went on the road tonight, right, to Northwoods, which is that 4A Skeezer or 3A? 4A.
Yeah. 4A. They beat them.
Yeah.
Northwood beat them 73 to 45.
Aren't they in the same
Got them
region?
pretty good.
Am I thinking?
Yeah.
Is that a region game
Look,
already?
dude, I can't keep
Wow.
straight. I don't think it would be a region game, would it? Surely not.
No, I don't. I
That would
don't
be
think it's a region.
crazy.
That would be great. But I mean, everybody else's
No,
regions are within 2 hours, anyways.
no, they're not
Right
in the
at this
same
point.
region.
I thought
They're in a
so.
region with they're 3A, not 4A, I guess. They're in a region with Wilson Hall, Hilton Head Christian, and Trinity, and
Oh,
somebody else.
Trinity Collegiate.
Yeah,
They
Well,
yeah,
okay.
weren't.
and Lawrence Manning. That's the other one.
So I mean, what we
It
can
is
say
4A.
there
It
is
is 4A. My bad. It's just
it is
not the same
4A.
region as
Yeah,
Northwood.
Mm.
yeah. I think. I mean, I don't. The girls' game on that. I mean, that makes some sense. Northwood's got some good players. Malia Birch, which is the younger sister of Aaliyah Birch, who's over at Savannah State right now, and was a
Oh,
problem for.
how about
Yeah.
this? Hilton had 58, Benedictine 36.
Oh wow.
Huh. So that's
Hey,
a pretty
Hilton
good.
might be all right, man.
We got a photo of a gentleman number 22 dunking it.
What do he look like?
Uh,
This dude right here.
Oh, Ketis.
Ketis,
Ketis.
that Ketis.
Hey,
Got
Keita's
a
all right,
photo of
man.
Kiedis throwing it down.
Keita's all right, man. I don't know how
I've
him
been
and
hearing about Kiedis.
yeah, he got a chance to be all right, man. He
I like Ketis, man.
he a legit 6'6". He he just plays with an edge, man. That I mean, you don't necessarily find too much around here. I haven't seen him play too much. I worked him out a few times this summer. He as long as he got a motor, man, he should dominate the area.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so he
I just don't
played
know if he got that.
when we had H2 boys. He was hilarious, man, because he came out and he was maybe 6'1", 6'2" at the time, and this was like what 12U or something. And he just and his dad had just come down from Cincinnati, and he always had like a competitive edge to him and was fiery. And he, like he get after. In fact, he's the one who got suspended
Yeah.
for dunking in the middle school game. So the middle school championship game
Yeah.
in Hilton Head get moved to the high school. They move
Yeah.
him to the high
I
school
heard about this.
to accommodate the fact Ketis is dunking on everyone. So,
Yeah.
because people want to watch him dunk, so they move it to the high school. The game tips off. Ketis like does a reverse and is essentially fouled, and he flexes or something, and he gets called for a technical, and he's like, "What?" Everyone boos. A couple minutes later, or like not even that much longer later, apparently he gets the ball and goes end to end and punches it and slaps the backboard, and they give him the second tech. So within 2 minutes, he's kicked out of the middle school finals game that they moved to high school to accommodate him even being in the game. And so anyway, like everyone's all freaked out by that, but because he was suspended and Skizzle rules or whatever dictate, and he was going to the high school, he was actually coming out of eighth grade suspended for a certain number of games.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, his freshman year. So he didn't even get like a full freshman year because basically he was serving a suspension from the championship game in eighth grade. I guess he had accrued a bunch of technicals, but yeah, man, he's
All
fiery.
for
I
hanging
like the
on the
kid.
rim, I'm sure.
I like the kid. Yeah, I mean he'll probably kick a ball here and there. he did.
I mean,
Grunkemeyer, remember old Grunkemeyer?
oh yeah.
Grunkemeyer had yeah, HHCA had him when he was coaching that team. His son was on the team and whatever, and he kept trying to get rid of him because he just was so spunky. And and I was like, no, man, you're going first. We're keeping Ketis. like like the kid, he's gonna be good. He's like already 6'1" and goes hard. So hopefully he had a nice night. I mean, I know it's been a tough time getting him tracked in his high school career so far, considering he's been on a 3 SSB team for like 3 years.
Yeah. Hey, man, it just goes to the greater point for me, just how the area is. I mean, even if we're talking about the girls, man, we got a lot of JV teams playing out there calling themselves
Woo.
varsity teams.
You're not
And
I
kidding.
would say 2/3 of I would say two. What are you, Justin? Four Loco Sports, 4 counties, right? 1L, 4 counties.
Yeah, 4 counties.
I
Okay,
mean,
so you're talking.
bro, I was at a game tonight, the St. Andrews May River, and I mean, there were some kids who should be playing middle school, playing
Yep.
in that varsity game. Which here's the thing: it's not even necessarily a disrespect to them as much as
Right.
some of these kids don't even have a chance to develop out here because,
Right.
bro, they're the two privates off of Buckwalter. Bro, I've had a boy and a girl. Parents literally say like, "Yo, my middle school child has been forced to play high school, or they won't be able to play basketball at that
Yeah.
school," which is beyond
Right.
me, man. Like, at some point, you got to have the best interest for the kids. Like,
Yeah.
that's got to be top.
Yeah. It's tough,
It's
man.
a
And
hard thing.
the thing is here's the thing is I don't know what it is with athletic administration around here, but like the reality is you don't have to have a varsity team.
Nah,
Right.
you don't. I mean, we
You
just
don't.
saw Beaufort Academy last year not have one.
Yeah, you don't.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to have a varsity team. You can play JV. You can even talk to those other schools and say, I have a couple seniors who are really just wanting to play but aren't real. You know what I mean? Like you get the
Right.
kids on the court, be competitive with it, ref it, have fun with it, but like let's not
I
call
think
it
that's the
something it's
biggest
not.
hang up is if you have seniors, then I think people just assume, well, we can't do it because they're seniors, they can't play JV. But I think you're right. I think arrangements can certainly be made. Like your region can probably approve it, right? Um,
Well,
I mean,
again,
we
it's
last year at Hardyville, I had enough girls to carry two teams, but I didn't have enough middle schoolers to carry a middle school team. So it had to be a JV team, but we didn't have any business playing JV teams. So I scheduled the middle school schedule and let them know I got a few ninth graders that I have to play down, but they've never played before, and,
yeah,
Right.
you know, and we were fine. They still beat our doors off, like it didn't
sure.
matter. So let's just let the kids play at their level, especially if it's sub varsity level. It's not about the results anyway; it's about the development. So
Well, and
you
is
just
it
gotta
even
you just
really
gotta
about?
eat it for a year or two.
Yo,
That's
to
it.
me,
Is it
honestly,
even?
even at the varsity level, like, bro, who cares who you beating, right? Like, I can manufacture a good looking program by who
Sure.
I see. Like at the end
Oh,
of the
sure.
day,
You
if
can
you're
play every
coaching,
varsity opponent.
yeah, they can all be trash, man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you,
That's
if you're
almost a dig,
coaching
man.
if you're coaching in high school,
Varsity
if you're
opponent.
coaching in middle school, at the end of the day, most of these kids ain't doing nothing with their sport after anyway. Like you should be teaching kids
Right.
things that will stick, man. Like at the end of the day, man, teach a standard. Like, can you help a kid create a standard for themselves to show up and do the same thing every day?
Right.
Like,
That's
Right.
really what it's about.
that's
For
all this
sure.
is about. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it's about.
if you're a guy worried about creating a legacy or creating some sort of career in athletic administration or whatever you're doing,
Right.
to me, you shouldn't be in this. Like, if you choose to work with kids and do things for kids, then your role really is a servant. It
Yep,
should be
that's
nothing about trying to elevate my career or anything or elevate my legacy, bro. Who cares?
Yeah.
no, it doesn't matter.
I
Then that's
mean,
the
Your
whole. That's the
legacy is
whole.
the kids and what they go on to do. That's your legacy.
you shouldn't
Well,
even
and the
be
thing
thinking
is,
about you. Is my point. Like, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
sit here and okay, let's create the best program we could create for kids. Like, bro, two
Yeah.
of the best boys in the area aren't playing because the school program is so bad. Them boys
Wow.
tried to
yeah,
leave. Them boys tried to leave, and an athletic administrator called the state to prevent them from transferring to a different school. Like
Wow.
these are the things that people are dealing with. Yet, so you're trying to prevent them kids from leaving your school for a perception thing instead of actually putting in the effort to create a better program.
Right. Right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's
To
That's what I'm
exactly
create a
talking
right.
about.
program that keeps the kids there. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's
why are
actually
kids leaving schools every year, bro?
Yeah.
well.
All your best kids are leaving.
There's no commitment to kid, man. There's no effort to get them better, to get them on the court. It's just what can they do for you, and then if they do it and it doesn't even look like how you thought it would, or smell the way you thought it would smell, then you just ditch them like you would anything else. I mean, that's the thing, is if you're going to be in athletic administration, there's no crime in being a JV squad. There's no crime in communicating with the other ADs and saying, you know what, this is pretty tragic. Let's not even publicize this thing and get in the gym and get better. Let's
I mean,
figure out
there's it. Like
there's
you could
just
take a year or two, and let's just help
Yeah.
build programs, man.
I mean,
Let's
Yeah.
let's
speaking
get let's get a competent coach in place first. Let me not just hire my buddy, who's a first time coach. Bro, there's a coach out here looking for other coaches because he don't know enough basketball. It was the quote. Why are you a varsity head coach?
yeah. I mean, thankless to a certain degree, not particularly well paid, but I mean, there's enough people that
Right.
love it and want to coach that you would think that there would be energy behind enough to get them in there. I mean, it's no crime to say you don't know it all, obviously, right? So like
Right.
learning is a great thing, but at the end of the day, like these are coaches, they're mentors, they're teachers, and I mean, all we're teaching it is essentially how to compete for something like that doesn't
That's
exist
it.
anyway. Okay, so now we're putting a bunch of so now to play a couple of seniors who really never pick up a ball, let's say, we now have to move up seventh graders. You know, like we just sacrificed them in their youth and they're getting better and all that, and then meanwhile we're not teaching them to play or move or do any of that kind of stuff. We're telling them spots to go stand in and then go stand in that
Right.
spot when that person gets there. and it's like it's monotony, it's drudgery, man.
Yeah.
And it takes the fun out of it, which is why you see the participation numbers so low nationally as compared to 20, 25 years ago,
Yeah.
despite the popularity and the impressions of, like, the girls game in college and in now some of the pros, right? So really, we got to get back to prioritizing the development of the kids and then putting them in the best position to succeed first.
'Cause, I mean, there's enough
Amen.
kids around here who actually want to get better, who actually want to go play, who want to go learn. Um, Man, I just can't tell you how many parents' complaints I feel like just on a daily basis from, again, my child's not going to college to play basketball, but she loves it. He loves it enough to want the school to also care.
Yeah.
And the ones who do want to go on, like give me a chance to go on.
Right.
That's more so
Well,
the thing for me.
and now you got this terrible chicken and the egg scenario.
Oh,
Yeah, like cut
Robbie
out.
cut out. Robbie cut out on the chicken
Specifically
and
on the
the egg
basketball
scenario.
side.
Oh,
In the
hey,
end,
you
yeah.
you cut out after chicken and the egg scenario.
Oh, am I there again? Am I here?
Yep, you're back.
Okay. So I mean, you have one of those situations where you want to get kids better, you want to get them in the gym, you want to develop them the right way, but at current, there's a handful who can really go, and they tend to want to team up. I mean, look at what Bluffton football, right?
Hmm.
Like all
Hey,
those kids
Buford
came out
girls
of
basketball.
Buford
Yep.
girls basketball, right? Like you want to join up. Hilton Head Christian Dynasty.
Yep.
All of it speaks to when one program cares or one program has kids that care, other kids will come because
Right.
that's the cachet program of the moment. That's like, and then that ends up, reaping some dividends for the school in some cases, like Hilton Head Christian, and at other times, like it doesn't. But if everyone gave a little more of an effort or tried to develop kids at a younger age to do the right things, it wouldn't be what we see now on the court. I mean, right now it's like paint by numbers with kids or
Man,
art
literally, and
skills.
you could go back as recent as 2 years ago, man. There was some talent out here. Like there were
Yep.
some teams who could go out here, and it was pretty much across the board. Now it's like pulling teeth just to find somebody who can go. And if they
Yeah,
can't,
Eh,
bro, if you could dribble with
Rob
your left
warned us
hand,
that was coming. He said there was a
if
big
you could
drop
dribble
off
with your
after
left
that
hand right
class.
now, you would be a varsity basketball player.
yeah. Yeah, if you like we tell this, we do this in clinics every weekend. I tell little kids, I'm like, here's your cheat codes. Several, like three or
Yeah.
four things to do, and you can make any team you want to make around here because it'll be like, whoa, that kid's played before even a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and look, there's no finger pointing. I mean, rec does what rec can do, but rec over the years, specifically Beaufort County, could have been more agreeable figuring out ways to get kids in the gym in a development capacity as opposed to, hey, here's 3 practices with, grandpa who volunteered to coach and 18 games over the course of 6 weeks.
Is
You
is
know,
is there a different feel? Obviously, I ain't been out here as long. Is there a different feel between going to like the rec leagues and then going to like some of these school games? Like,
actually, the rec leagues get pretty intense in some cases. Like the younger,
Yeah.
like I went to a rec game, kids game last year maybe, and here's the thing: middle school games in public school are louder than high school games a lot of times. The rec league games have maniacal parents. Um, they
Yes.
all think little Johnny can go. So like, yeah, those can get pretty feisty. But I mean, the greater point of it is that okay, where are the clinics? Where are the camps? Where's the private training? We tried to integrate some of that, but like without being partnered up with rec and having leverage facility, there's no way to go about getting a community better so that the product come high school looks better, and then we now can keep seventh and eighth graders in middle because that's wholly competitive too.
Right.
You know,
that's really the problem. Them girls need to stay in 7th and 8th grade, man.
Yep.
yeah, They do. And I mean, hey, look, no shade to him. Like, Fish, and when he was doing, setting the standard at the school on Buckwalter, um, he had a little kid who was what I mean, I don't even know what, and both of them really, Charlotte and Kate. Charlotte's still there,
Yeah.
but Kate Pagan's now moved down the road, and she's at Hilton Head Prep, and really has moved almost strategically into Courtney Campbell's old position, who we referenced
Yeah.
earlier at USCB. Except for she's in 8th grade, man, and she's like a year all now. Look, she goes incredibly hard, and she is hunkered down, and really, is trying to improve at it, whatever rate makes sense. I mean, but she's really in the gym and really working, and her IQ's really raised up, and her skill set's pretty high right now. But the gist of it is that she's being forced to carry,
Yeah.
literally being
A
forced to
varsity
carry.
team. Yeah.
No. And when I say that, this is what's real. They've played 2 games. I think they have 48 total points, and this 8th grader has 29, right? Or 28 or 29, and she's the point guard, and she hasn't been particularly selfish. So there's got to be handfuls of assists in there too. So she's
Right.
now responsible for like 70-80% of the Hilton Head Prep offense as an 8th grader. And here's the thing, she's going to be a fine, fine young player, both sides of the ball. But like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah. Too much too
let
soon can definitely,
yeah.
gum
I
up the
mean,
works a little bit.
and that's not, and again, that's not a shade at Prep per se, and certainly not at
No, they
Kate,
got to
because
do
she's
what they got
played
to
great.
do.
But what I'm saying is that there's however many teams are there in Beaufort County schools. Like, I
Geez.
don't know. Oh, I didn't mean to put you on this.
1, 2, 3,
Come on,
4,
man.
5, 6,
So 50% of them at
7,
least are
8,
JVs.
9,
Maybe,
like 10, something like that.
yeah. I mean, look, so 50% of them at least are JVs.
Yeah.
Hilton Head Christian lost to Frederica by 50. They have an 8th grader demonstrating like how to do drills.
Wait, I didn't count the Swamp Rabbits. They might have a team this year.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
not sure. And Holy Trinity. I forgot Holy Trinity too.
They came back. I
The
thought. See, I
Bats.
heard that they. That's excellent. They
They got
actually played
games
some.
on the schedule,
They played
whatever that
summer
means.
ball with Buford,
Oh,
which I thought was interesting. But yeah,
okay.
man. So I think that's the and in terms of the girls programs. I mean, like, private is probably JP2 at full strength, right?
Yeah.
And then public is Buford without question in a runaway
Right.
capacity, like
Yeah.
not even close. But then the question is can Buford actually bust Bishop England out of
Bishop
Charleston?
England. Right.
That's a
And even if they
stylistic.
do, what can they do after that? Because, at some point you run into Florence and Columbia.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Nia is a tremendous ball player, and adding Amira certainly doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But they have other kids too. Is the big thing. They have like
Yeah, they've got some players. They got the Dennison girl and both Crosbys, and
Matt's high
they
on the
they were playing pretty
Crosbys.
good ball last year. And then you drop a Myra in there, and they've got a chance to
Well, they
be
got Dalia
decent. They got
too.
some good depth.
Dalia,
Yeah.
Hey, and they got Zarya too, who be knocking down
Uh
shots.
huh.
yeah, Zaria and Dalia, they both
She's the
contribute a
wild
little.
card.
So
The only thing they just can't get comfortable beating the piss out of everybody around
Right.
them.
yeah, that's
And
it.
that's
Gonna
what I
be
That's
meant
it.
by,
either habits, it's gonna be the learning how to actually hoop. It's gonna be doing all that. I mean, that's gonna be the main difference.
I mean,
If
kids are
they can
silly.
start.
Like, I was looking all so Buford girls won the Earl
Earl
Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah. Who is Earl Campbell, Justin? Do you
He's
know?
he's a Beaufort County councilman from out that way that really
Okay.
fought to get
Okay.
the school at Whale Branch.
Oh, well, all right. There you go. I've always wondered because I'm thinking number 34 tearaway jerseys every time that tournament happens every
I
year,
think it's
right?
kind of
Like,
crazy that they put his name on so much while he's still alive. I thought we had learned that that was a dangerous game, but he's still kicking. He's still serving, in fact, and he's got his name on the gym and the tournament and everything else.
well, either way, Buford blitzed everyone, right? And I think Whale Branch made a surprise visit in the finals, and and then
Yeah,
Bluffton
which
beat
they
May
look like they might
River.
be decent. I mean, Harmony is
Yeah, I
Harmony's
mean,
a
the
they'll
whole
be
thing.
decent around here. I
Yeah,
heard got police.
and in 2A,
yeah, yeah,
Hampton
yeah.
Hampton girls will be pretty decent too, right?
They got a couple kids, yeah, for sure. And
Yeah,
then I mean, Colleton's got uh,
Colleton's coming up.
Colleton's got Lily, man. They'll
Yeah,
get
I
more
mean, if they
impressed.
getting a dance off, Colleton's taking it.
I can tell you right now, Colleton's going to get more impressions than the rest of these teams combined, just based off of that kid. We named
Yeah,
her to the H2 2030 team because she's deserving and a good kid and a hell of a defender. But yeah, so she's not only a dance superstar, trail ride dance
oh yeah,
superstar, she is a choreographer.
yeah,
So, and she gets paid decent money to be,
yeah. To
so like
guest
when they're
dance.
to guest dance, that's what I was going
Yeah,
for at some, yeah. So like she's a whole
it's
thing in
quite a
that
big
community.
draw if you can get a big guest dancer at these things, and it seems like she's in high demand. She's they like put her
Man,
on the flyer and everything when she's going to dance.
I saw a dude the other day who was just a random who was doing a dance, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing the Lily dance or
Lily
whatever," and
Tough.
yeah, Lily Tough tagged her in and all that. So yeah, they're a super cool family,
Yeah, she's
and
awesome.
yeah, and I'm hoping for a good year for them. But I don't think they're real deep up at Colleton. I think they got three or four who can play a little bit.
I don't really know what's around here for the boys' side either, man. I think the boys might be a little more competitive.
Yeah,
Then
I
again,
think
Yeah,
so. I mean, some parity at least.
here's a
Harry's
good one.
back at Bluffton, which is good for all of us because he's fun to watch and
they got
gets
Ethan
them
over there. Ethan
competitive.
Foster over there now.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ethan
Foster's over
Foster's.
there. I assume Carnell's not playing.
Nah, he's not
He's
playing, but Zay's playing. Aiden's playing. I think all the
okay.
rest of your football guys are playing.
I saw
Um,
where
So it
Conquer It
should be
All,
fun.
right?
so
Battery
Them
what?
and May
Creek.
River will be a battle. That'll be fun. Hilton Head could be
Bro,
pretty
hey,
decent.
don't sleep on Hilton Head, man. They
I
also
know.
got
That's what I'm saying.
they got 6'5" point guard over there.
They got Tajay. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the real deal. I mean, he's fluid. He's a major matchup problem every night.
I mean, look,
Um,
I've never seen them play. If they could play the right way, they might be all right, man.
I mean, they are always tough on defense. They always play good team defense. They make you work for it. They're patient on offense. They get good shots. They play good fundamental ball usually and get the most out of what they have. Nate Livesey says parody is kind. Yeah, well, I was trying to use the kind term for it.
Private
Parody.
school side, I think JP2 is clearly the best team, boys
I'm
team.
hearing Hillnet Prep could still be pretty good too.
All right, then they lose everybody. I
Yeah,
think
but
they're young, right? They're really young. I feel like they're young.
Uh,
yeah. But I'm
yeah, I
hearing they
don't
look
know.
pretty
Yeah,
good. So I don't
yeah, I
know.
don't
Are
I
they
mean, I
know.
bigger?
think JP2 is the team to beat.
Battery
Um,
Creek's got some kids, man, and they played
but Hilton Head
Wando
Prep
close
beat
this week.
Bullock 81-38 last night.
Oh,
That's
did
pretty
they?
good. Yeah.
Hey, them putting up 81s. I don't know who they have over there. Then
That's what I'm saying. They
I
got
ain't see that.
something.
Yeah, right. Like they bring in more Atlanta
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, right. You never
Yeah.
know. I mean, they bring them in undercover at night.
Yeah. What's the boarding situation looking like down there right now?
Let's
Yeah. So,
see
but
if
what?
they're back on here.
But Battery Creek, man, played Wando pretty tough, which I thought was. I mean,
Yeah,
Wando's no
10-point
small
game.
school. Yeah. So I mean, maybe they got a little something in the tank. I
Yeah,
don't
I know
think
they had
Buford
some
has
decent
much.
youngsters last year, man. Hopefully they
And Bridge,
mature, got
I
better.
think Bridges lost a ton, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
they
what I
got
heard.
ran
Um,
through the other at the
and Whale
whatchamacallit
Branch
tournament.
got ran through in that tournament. I don't think they look like they're gonna be themselves. Hampton's gonna be good, but we're gonna have to wait a while because they're still playing football. But they got some dudes. They're always fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're still playing
I,
football though. They got a home game Friday night, lower state finals.
You guys played. You and Ridgeland were a pretty good game. No, did you guys play?
Yeah,
Hardyville.
2 point game. Ridgeland got our boys by two. I think both those teams will be decent.
I bet you that was
We
feisty,
got
man.
we got Frederick Toomer is on the bench for our guys, longtime Jasper County and Ridgeland girls and boys coach. He won a state championship with the girls, so he's got a lot of respect in our community, and I think the guys are excited. We had a ton of
Is
kids out for
is
tryouts
his
at all levels.
is his protege or whatever one of his star pupils? I should say, not the girls' coach at Ridgeland now.
Yeah, I believe so. Marlasia Westbrook is the girls coach
Yeah,
over there
that's right.
now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
she was a whole thing in high school. She was
Yeah,
really
she was
really
great.
good, and I'm hearing she's a really good young coach too. So um, they beat their girls beat our girls 28-13, got us by 2 touchdowns. Uh, that was probably a rough watch. I'm gonna guess. 28-13 is a tough watch in basketball, but
That's
we'll play two
brutal.
more times. So we'll see. Royal Live Oaks,
oh,
they're
they
still
got a
out
team in
there.
Europe. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got a
they got
boys team
their
too.
boys gave Whale Branch all they wanted. That was what got my attention about Whale Branch. They only beat them 46-37. I was like,
Mm.
yikes. Whale, Faber. I'm not sure if Faber's way works as well in 2025 as it used to, but he plays that 40 minutes of hell too. He'll get after you.
Hey, I'm interested to
What
see,
else,
man.
boys?
Put you on the spot. Who you got winning the region this year, man?
On the boys
Yeah.
in the 4A region?
Yep.
Uh, man, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I think Bluffton is the natural pick, sort of like they were in football, but then they didn't do it. I think Hilton Head's kind of the sleeper, and then May River's the system, right? It kind of mirrors football in that way. May River's going to do things a certain way. It's going to be effective against most opponents. They might get outmatched on athleticism at times. Hilton Head
Who's in
is
that?
kind of the
What's
same way a little
Charleston in that?
bit. What's that? We got Bishop
I said,
England and we got Colleton, and then we got all the Beaufort County schools.
okay, okay,
So,
yeah,
but I
all
mean,
right.
on paper, should probably be Bluffton, but I wouldn't be surprised if they slip up a couple of times and split with like May River and Hilton Head, and then it could get
And
interesting.
I'd be disappointed, man. They should. I mean, they should be all right. I think they should be better than they were last year. To be honest with you, just
Yeah,
from what
Yeah, I
I've
Dallas
mean,
has no good
seen.
reason. I agree.
yeah,
But
that could easily be
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
um,
they should be solid. I mean, they should be solid, but I do think May River and Hilton Head will challenge. And I think Colleton's got a good thing going there. They haven't turned that corner yet, but I think they play hard for that coach, and they've always got some talent. And then Bishop England's always going to be trouble. I don't think Beaufort's got much, right?
Hey guys, I think Royal Live Oaks has already played a game this year.
Yeah,
yeah.
they did. They played in the tournament. Hardyville beat them and
Hey,
Whale Branch beat them.
hey, watch out for my boy Trent, man. He's gonna lead the area in scoring.
Trent from
Yeah,
Cross.
Bro,
yeah.
he's averaging like 30 right now.
Yeah, yeah. Doc hit me up one game and said he put up 30 or something.
But
I
43
don't know
right
who
now.
they were playing, but
I
uh,
mean, this cross, bro.
varsity
It's
opponent most
I
likely.
mean, dude, yeah. If it says varsity opponent cross, like their level of
hey,
scheduling is
but
absurdity.
that's what they are also. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they're
100%.
scheduling their level.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
no. No,
scheduling games they
it's
have a
like
yeah,
chance to win,
hey,
which
he gonna lead the area in scoring, man. Against
yeah.
those
Trent's awesome, man, and he works hard, man. He's in the gym
man.
like
what's
Ed Fish
Trent's last name?
deserves
Nicastro?
Nah,
no
Luckfield.
Oh,
Luckfield.
oh, that's it. Yeah, yeah,
Seriously put us on the spot with that last name right there.
Yeah, it's tough.
yeah.
Hey, tough
Yeah, it
pronunciation.
is. No, he did a lot of work, man. And Trent's a warrior in the gym in the sense that he's always he doesn't care what group. He's like a kid who never cared what group he was with or anything. He just wants reps.
Man, I had him in groups this summer with a USCB kid. I had him in groups with a sixth grader. I've had him in groups with girl. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like he never
Sum it
cared.
up.
He doesn't even think twice about it. And so like he deserves whatever's good's coming his way. But of course, varsity opponent is that's who Doc beats, bro.
Yeah,
That's who
yeah.
Doc beats, varsity opponent. But yeah, so
Varsity
they're
opponent.
yeah, so I mean it'll be interesting to see. But he's gonna put up real numbers this year, which is awesome.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I wish we got to see them twins playing this year, man.
Huh?
Wish we got to see them the LaRoe.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, the Lowco twins. I mean, I don't know where they end up. That whole situation was a debacle, and it actually more mirrors like the Morgan Scott one a bunch of years ago, where people just get all in their head and strung out about kids moving around when it's like, look, they're just kids. They don't have it figured out. Their parents see them unhappy and are trying to put them in the best circumstance possible, and all y'all are just standing in the way of families trying to figure it out,
Well, and
you
there's
know,
more pieces to it than just the sports too. I mean,
for sure.
there's a lot that goes into that decision, and I'm for the more laissez-faire approach to it in general. I think there's some people that think the grass is going to be greener for no good reason.
Hey,
I mean,
but
there's a
you
lot
know
of that
what?
too.
If they think that, then yo, you should let them do that. And if it's not,
I
then
agree. I mean, we all preach as coaches that if you don't want to be here, that's okay. I mean, we want people who want to be here. So why are you trying to hold somebody hostage when they've
Well,
let you know they don't want to be there?
and it's so funny, like when Harry, did the OTE thing, right? And he heads up there, and of course that gets to start a dialogue. Oh, is that smart? Is that not smart, or whatever? And it's sort of like, look, the kid. I've been doing this for a while, man, around here, and the kid has always been in the gym. He cares a lot. He trains incessantly, and he has a dream. And whether or not it's going to come to fruition at the level they want it to or whatever is neither here nor there. They have the right to chase what they want to chase,
right,
Yeah,
because it might be the only time he gets the chance to go do that. And
right.
so, like that there's value in all of that. We took my kid down to Florida this summer, to not to chase basketball, but just to kind of get her on the floor with a bunch of national kids and see what it looked like. And it looked okay. She did well. And it was one of those things where, well, okay, what do we have to give up now to go do this? And for us, that didn't necessarily make sense. We wanted the academic piece to be really strong because there's not generational money in basketball, and she's not that kind of kid necessarily. So at the end of the day, families should just have a little bit of leeway to make moves that make sense for them without everything being over dramatized, right? Like, oh my
yeah,
gosh, So I wish Harry a hell of a senior season. He's worked really hard to get to where he is, and I'm sure that Bluffton team's gonna be out for blood. They're pretty talented comparatively anyway.
yeah, yeah. That'd be fun to watch. Uh, Anything else, Rob? You want to, now that we've gotten to almost the end of this happy hour, do you want to tell people what this is? What the whole
This is
point
this.
is?
There is no point. It's essentially what we did with basketball, high school hoops, low down stuff in the past, but it's a little more roundtable-y, a little more let's get people in and then talk about like the sort of the state of basketball in particular, in the area, and not just kind of put a glossy sheen on really bad games,
Right.
because that's what we're going to watch. And I mean, and the thing is, it's not to not promote the kids. It's not to say whatever, but at the end of the day, we want to provide more opportunity and better avenues, for kids who want to get skilled, who want to get better. And I think it's important, you know, to be real and say, hey, right now we're at a very low point in low country basketball. Half of our girls' teams are JVs, and probably half the boys are too. Like, what do we got to do to address this? If anyone wants to address it.
But, well, that's the thing, man.
Right.
Like some people get offended by that, but I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to start with what's real. Like there's no
Right.
issue with where you starting. You know what I mean? But that's the only way it's going to progress or change or anything like that. It's just too, man. It's just not just here, man. Like you see in the country and the world, like bro, people don't like the truth for some reason, man. They just get they either get uncomfortable or insecurities come out or I don't know what it is, but I just think people should just look at it for what it is and then move off of what it is, not
Yep.
move off of what we hope it is.
Where are
Because
we? Where do we want to be? How do we get there?
Yeah,
simple.
that's it. I mean, we just need to dig in more as a community to do better by the kids in that regard. Because I mean, now, well, like I said, like we talked about, we're throwing kids to the wolves. We got kids out there that were given a cookie as seniors. We don't pick up a basketball. We have, this we have to determine if the goal here is to be competitive. Okay, if
So
that
that's
matters,
my
great.
question. Hold on. Not to cut you off. Why
That's
would I
fine.
cater to a 17-year-old who shows me that they really don't even care that much? They don't pick up the ball. They're not looking to improve. They're not doing any of that. So for me, why would I even care? Because the school part where I'm from and how I grew up and how my sister grew up, yo, the school part was important, man. I'm with you for 4 or 5 months every day. I get the practice time. Like my travel coaches don't get that. I'm the one that you're seeing 5 days, 6 days a week.
Hmm.
Like that's what that environment should be. Like I'm serious about playing here, not just I think I want to play. Oh, are you playing this year? Oh, are you playing this year? Sure, let's play. Like I just don't know what that is, nor do I understand how that's helpful to anybody. I
Well,
mean,
that's like we
River,
were.
maybe boys got 3 teams.
Yeah,
Who else has a freshman team around here?
I don't
Right.
even know.
But you did it because you didn't want to cut juniors. I there was 40 kids cut at my high school,
Oh, is that why
That's-
that happened?
bro, because they
They
didn't
didn't
want to cut
want.
juniors.
Wow, gotcha.
So now you got a
Huh?
freshman team.
Well, I
Yeah,
know
I
Nobody
he
mean,
wanted
it's
a freshman team. He had a freshman team where he came from, and he wanted to build out the program and
Here's
have
my thing.
more
That's
depth.
cute. I understand Kentucky, great, whatever. We don't have that here.
No, we don't have the players for that.
bro.
Not
There's
yet.
like six.
Bro,
Yeah,
you're
no, I
not
mean,
you're not in Kentucky. You're in
Well, who are you
Buford.
gonna play? That's the thing. If you got a
That's what I'm
freshman team,
saying.
nobody else has one.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna play middle schools. You're gonna play JVs.
Who are you playing? And then if you're playing JV, what you scheduling JVs twice? You making a two JV schedule?
I
Like,
mean, yeah, everyone should have a freshman team, but nobody does. So it's kind of like girls wrestling right now, where nobody wants to pull the trigger and have
hey,
a full girls
again,
wrestling
that's
team because
another
then you can't
comment.
wrestle the boys.
That's another comment for utopia, man. Like you have to look at where we are. Let's look at
Yeah.
where we are and develop a plan moving forward.
yeah, that's right.
If we
Because there's,
barely, we don't even have enough talent to have varsity teams. So why should everyone have a freshman team?
well, I mean, even going beyond that, like in terms of just the travel thing that Matt's been involved with, and that I obviously spearhead. But I mean, we've been vastly competitive in the region, and in the southeast and beyond for a bunch of years. But we do that because a we hold a standard that we want to play at a high level and have good kids to go play at that level for the most part. But what we don't do is run 32 teams. You know
So
what I mean? Like we could run 32 teams, but to what end? None of them are getting real training. Dads are coaching, all this sort of stuff. Like, let's come up with a system to get kids better where everyone's vested, where we have, leverage facilities to where we can get kids better locally. And then also it
Mhm.
alleviates all of this FOMO parents have to play travel ball. Like, that's
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 a whole
not
different.
it. Like that's for the one. Let's put that back for the one percenters, right? Everything else
Yeah.
should be let's get better locally so that high school ball isn't tragic, or
Yeah, it's
so.
gotten upside down. There's
Just
way
lack,
too much good money being thrown after bad to chase this travel thing in all sports.
it just lacks a serious element with some of these schools, man. Like it should be a
Yeah,
serious environment. I'm not saying like deathly serious to where it's not fun. I'm not saying
Right.
deathly serious to this is life or death. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm just saying like bro. If you're on the basketball team, it's because you play basketball. It's because in your extra time you try to get better at basketball. Maybe you're at home, you're watching the game, trying to learn. Now you're actively trying to get
You
better,
kind of
not
touched
just
on
trying
it
to keep.
earlier, but there's a lot of places here where the vibe between rec ball and high school ball is not much different. It's, hey, if you want to play basketball, come out for the basketball team, like, and that's kind
But
of what
but
you're getting at
again,
is we needed to all be basketball players.
go see your school administration. I don't want to cut these kids.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
Yeah,
kids to just cut, bro. Yo, cutting kids brings a seriousness to your program.
Hmm.
it does, and then honestly, it brings a
And
life
you know
lesson
what?
to the
It also
kids.
teaches the kid, yo, my self worth has nothing to do with what I could do with this round ball. Has
No, that's
nothing to do
it.
with that. You're not less of a human being because you got cut.
Right.
You just ain't good at basketball.
Yeah.
If that's an
And that's
emotional thing for people, then yo, I don't know what to tell them.
well, that's the thing.
I
It doesn't
suck
get
at
easier in
basketball.
life, right? I
It's
mean,
anything.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, if you interview for a job and they only got one job and they interview 10 people, they ain't gonna hire all 10 people because they didn't want to hurt your feelings. I mean, they're gonna hire one person and everybody else is gonna get rejected. You better get used to it because rejection is definitely coming. And I mean, how many stories have you heard of people who were motivated by being cut from the team, and that was their superhero origin story to go and grind and grind and grind and make sure they made that team the next year, and it set them on a path that they never would have been on.
and
So
and
no, I
and here's the
agree. I
thing.
mean, you got to get your
Speaking
program to a point where you have to cut people if you want to be any good.
Well, and I mean, speaking to that and the freshman team, right? I mean, that's obviously it does that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be very simply the age-old process. As a freshman, I play JV unless I'm legitimately elite, like hugely elite, right? As a sophomore, it gets to be 50-50 depending on how good I am. But like
Yeah,
there's an actual process in real markets to how you ascend unless you're a P5 kid or a P4
right.
kid, right? So
When you
so
you
like
go,
we
you
don't even
stay with
have
your
that here.
grade all through travel, and then all of a sudden you get to seventh grade, and now you're playing 18U.
Yeah. I mean, one of the kids I talked to who, is a part of our program was a great kid and her mom's a wonderful lady. I mean, I think her biggest concern with her daughter playing varsity in seventh grade is she's 12
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
the kids on the road are 18.
yeah,
right. So it's not even just who you're playing against, bro. It's your
right,
teammates. It's all
Yeah.
that. Right?
Yeah, like how would you are you insulating the 12-year-old at that point, right? Like
right.
it's a mess.
Yeah,
So I would love to see everyone kind of try to figure out a way to, really up the ante in terms of the skill level and getting in the gym earlier. And that honestly has to do with Beaufort County and Powell's and Rec and, kind of figuring out a way to um, train them up. Like
yeah.
it's not just about playing games and one-offs and offering more and more differentiated programming. Like maybe we hone back and not hone back, but
Tear
basically,
it down to the studs, kind of get back to basics.
yeah, 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 and operate some differentiated kind of programming. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm sitting out here watching. I've watched a lot of basketball, and I mean, I watched Bradwell the other night, and they play exceptionally. They're always considerably, consistently the best team in the greater area, meaning Hinesville
Hmm.
and Savannah, boys and girls. And they played the right way for the most part. They got great athletes too, but they play the right way for the most part. And it starts early, out there in
Hmm.
their recs, and the same people are consistent and, um, and make that happen. But it's just so few and far between. Uh, Everybody equates culture with, rah rah this, or we're going to do it my way or that way. And really, it's about what's doing right by the kids and putting them in a
Hmm.
position to succeed. And and that's kind of where we're at. Like we need to figure out what's good for some of these kids, what isn't, what moves them down the line in a way that gets them to what their aspirations are, and like what's okay. Well, again, painting by numbers. Okay, you go to that position, you can't actually dribble, but like, I mean, you know what I
Bro,
mean? It's like, and then
hey,
now we're calling it varsity and we're excited about regions.
Hey,
That's the
that's
thing.
it. That look, what do you do with a kid on the football field, bro? You want him to have the ball in his hands, but he can't throw. You just put him at wide receiver, man. You put him at running back. I I
Yeah,
can't tell you how many times I've heard coaches just complain and moan, man, about what their kids can't do. Bro, but basketball is the one sport where the positions aren't specifically labeled. Yo, so you have to have someone who can tell the kids what they are. Brother, you're a
Yeah.
left tackle. You're a running back. No, you're a DB. Like there are positions in basketball, but you got to, bro. I'm seeing kids shoot the ball who got no business shooting the ball. And you
that's
know
it.
what?
And
It's okay if you can't shoot the ball if you could do something else. As a
Right.
coach, I'm gonna put you in a position where your something else shines. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
ask you to shoot a three because you can't shoot a three. And I know a lot of the kids well enough in the area to know that some of the things that y'all asking them to do, they not even capable of doing it.
Yeah.
And then you're
Yeah.
getting mad at them for what?
yeah, that's
Because you're,
right.
you're asking you're asking your wide receiver to be the quarterback. Like that's on you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
communications at a premium, like, and especially for the, especially. So here's the other side of it, right? Like, especially on the girls' side, a lot of these kids need those lanes because it decreases their anxiety on the floor. There's already a lot
Hmm.
of anxiety going out and trying to participate in a
Yeah.
competitive thing that quote unquote is varsity, and you don't really have the skill level or know what you're
Right.
supposed to do, right? So, like, if you give them the lane and you say, hey, you're my 50-50 ball, you're my, putbacks, you're my offensive and defensive rebounding machine, and your five hard fouls, right?
Hmm.
Parents tend to get all in their feels that my kid was just told they're not allowed to shoot 20 times, right?
That's because
But
we
like
don't want your kid to suffer the embarrassment of going 0 for 20.
yeah, but the kid knows
Yes.
they
The
actually
kid
they
always
actually
knows.
the kid knows they lean into it and they go, you know what, I'm gonna go
I
rebound and
can
do that,
do
and they
that.
take it. Yeah, and they
yeah,
take a deep breath, man, and then they focus on that role, and that's what they do. And the kids
Yep.
who have to lead and have to score and have to play make, they're the
Sure.
ones who bear the brunt of all of that extra weight, but they're also the ones in the gym.
right.
Yep.
AKA your
They're the ones who
basketball
want
player.
the smoke.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yep.
So, like, cool. So now everyone's got established roles and it looks like a
Yep.
team,
Yep.
right?
Bingo, man.
Hey,
Takes
you're
everybody.
you're hard. Yeah, you're hard swing girl. You get the ball, that thing doesn't even stick in your hands a half a second. I don't care who you're throwing it to, right? But you think that's offensive to a kid. It's not. They're like, yeah,
No.
I shouldn't be shooting that.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we watched the
Oh,
game tonight. Fish and I watched the game tonight, and the biggest problem, by my view, at least of one of the teams, is the fact that they're all given a cookie. You know what? You showed up for a couple of weeks this summer and put up 200 shots this summer. Shoot a three. Shoot a three. It's like Oprah, man. It's like
you
everybody.
shoot a three. You
You
shoot a
shoot a
three.
you shoot a
Yeah,
three,
no,
and
shit crazy.
it's crazy, man. There's two kids on the team that we watch that should ever pull the trigger for more than like seven
Right.
feet,
Right.
and
Well,
and so
and
that's
we've all seen those kids that are wide open and they are terrified that they are wide open because now they feel compelled to shoot the ball and they have no confidence in shooting the ball and the shot usually goes exactly how you
And,
predict it.
and you know
And
what you hear from coming from the sideline? Yo, you hear good shot.
no,
No. You hear good shot from the coaches. Good
yeah,
shots.
good shot, good shot.
Yo, this kid
That's
shoots
what you
17% from the field, and you're telling me that's a good shot?
you were wide open for a reason, baby.
Man,
man.
yeah,
It's
nah,
Scouting
it's
report
crazy, man.
said don't guard her.
yeah, yeah, or like that, or a better, not even better example, same example, different context. All these same kids, if they're encouraged to do stuff they can't really do, like, it always comes at inopportune times as well. Like,
Mhm.
so now, you've got
Yeah.
a lead and you just have a kid. Oh, I'm open. Like, it doesn't like that's not varsity basketball. Like,
Hey, JP2 almost lost the cross like that. Bro, they
yeah,
had the lead. There's probably up seven with like a minute and a half left. Bro, just coming down shooting shots as if they just got snipers all over the place, man.
Ain't no shot clock.
yeah,
What are we
No
doing?
shot clock. What are you doing?
yeah.
What are you? Yo, you hear nothing. You hear nothing from the side.
Nope. No.
It's like,
I mean,
man,
that's so that's the greater thing is that like we don't have the infrastructure to where kids even have IQ, and we're calling half this stuff varsity.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and you
we
can't yell
really
at them or
we
they'll quit, and then you won't have a team.
no, that's right. And I mean, like, look, here's what's fair. Like again, we're talking about like prep, for example. Well, I can tell you, Phil, who's no longer the head coach there, but like one of his I would say the biggest thing of his tenure there was having to create a team year in and year out, like not
Right?
knowing what to count on. And we're not talking graduation or attrition or anything.
No.
We're having
No,
to
we're
like
talking
recruit.
like begging in the hallways, like, will you please play this year so we can have a team
Yeah,
type
a
deal. And
thousand
we got
percent.
to do that at some sports at Hardyville too, and a lot of these small
is there a
schools.
penalty if you don't field a team?
I don't think so.
So there used to be a
What's
thing
the
in the
thought?
privates where they used to get like kids who were three-sport athletes. Did it not help keep their association level or whatever it is? I don't know how that works.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but anyway, yeah. So anyway, that I guess we can probably wrap it, fellas. I mean, we've
Yeah, I
talked
think we
about
can wind
all
this
kinds.
one down.
Yeah,
We made it
all
through a
kinds of
happy
craziness.
hour of hoops, with only a handful of games having been played so far. So there will be a lot more to talk about down the road. But good times, boys. Always fun hanging out with you guys, chatting, and just kind of letting it go where it may. I'm sure we ruffled some feathers, upset some people. Oh well.
That's good though, man. That's
Just
good. This
yeah,
area don't need
yeah.
to
We're just
stay
having a
what it
conversation,
is. No, I'm
Yeah, I
challenging
saying
mean,
this area
status
listen,
don't need to
quo.
but
stay
but
what
here's
it is.
the thing: if you like, no one got called out. There was no names. There
No.
was no ugliness. It like all there was a general discussion on what it actually looks like in real time.
Yep.
And like what are some possible solutions, not even solutions, but really a plead for a solution, so that if you're a basketball head, we're doing this podcast, it's barbershop meets whatever. It's we're all kind of irreverent folks, and we'll probably bring on more, but it's not to
Yeah.
be critical of kids, because the thing is I have respect for kids wanting the high school experience, right? Like,
Amen.
you're allowed to play ball, but let's not make that where you're now getting 12 shots a game because you want to play. You know what I mean? It's like that's what it
Well, and
is
if you're gonna
around.
play ball, let's try. Like
That's
let's
right. Or like
let's
let's
try to
let's
be as
get you
good as we can
going
be.
earlier. Yeah, let's get you going
Yeah.
way earlier in a productive way that moves you
And the
forward.
last thing I got, man, is kind of to that point, not being critical. Like, bro, there's some very good coaches out here, bro. Especially when it comes to wanting to be in the gym or wanting to put in effort. And bro, a lot of them get handcuffed by these school administrations, man. And I'm telling you firsthand,
No, that's
because
true.
there's a lot of them who are trying, man. But bro,
Well, I
all
mean,
these
I feel I,
buddies, and,
I
hey,
feel like, and that's always a problem too, and that can be a whole conversation for a different day, which
yeah,
is almost
we ain't got time for
your
that. But yeah,
your private
I just don't
public
want any of the
rift.
coaches thinking, because there's a lot of coaches I see who are definitely out there, definitely grinding, trying, and I put a lot
No,
of it on the admin.
yeah, I don't. I think it's there's for as many positions that they're scratching and clawing and trying to fill, and they get filled in whatever way they get filled.
Yeah.
The reality is to take over a varsity head coaching position, you got to be at least not pseudo. You should be absolutely passionate about the sport,
Yeah.
and, teaching, and really mentoring. But like, I think it's a trickle down, man. I don't really. Yeah, you're right. The admin and the rules and the associations and really like the fear of litigation and liability and all of that stuff keeps kids out of the gym. But I think the trickle downs where we're failing them. I mean, at the pals level, it's all parents teaching, right? Well, okay,
Yeah.
coaching. Well, let's get them coached up on how to coach
Yeah.
and give them a standard by which they have to withhold, to move these kids forward. Let's do
And
that.
most of them would
Um,
welcome that because most of
they
them
would,
are just volunteering their time because nobody else does, and they know that they don't know very much.
yeah.
They know what they
Let's go.
know. I mean, I've been that guy when I first started coaching baseball and stuff. I knew what I knew, and I had
Right.
to learn a lot. But it's a lot of that. It's a lot of people
There's
being
a very
begged, "Hey, could you coach
there's
again this year?" And they're like, "Man, I never even played basketball."
1,000%. And I'm going to go back to this one last time, and I've mentioned it like twice in passing. But there's a gentleman who moved down here who retired, and he started the Fairfax Stars, which is a Nike flagship program prior to EYBL, and it's now an EYBL flagship program. They've had kids like AZ Fudd and all that, right? They're as about legitimate can be, and he was very clear that the only reason any of that happened for them and the only reason that they achieved that level, despite being in a metroplex like DC or whatever on the outskirts, was simply because they had a public private partnership with rec to get in gyms and improve the area. And eventually that got helped them into running more competitive rec leagues and 3-on-3 leagues. And there was training consistently, and it was all subsidized by leveraged facility, right?
Hmm.
And basically they started teaching movement all the same way all across the county. Hey, we're going to get in here, we're going to do blah blah blah, read and react, we're going to do um
Now we have a
whatever.
universal language.
We have a universal language, so now kids get out of third grade rec, but they know what front screens are, or they know what front cuts are and back cuts, and they know how to V cut and walk them down and push off to get open on the wing, right? And they have like 5 to 7 terms that they understand and know what to do and know when to apply them in real life
Yep.
situations. We
And then you
have
can add a
no,
layer when they get to middle school, and a layer when they get to
yeah,
JV, and a
and it's
layer
not,
when they get to varsity.
Yeah.
and honestly, all that is, and that's why to be quite honest, why Justin and me and Matt and a bunch of all these people have gotten together in and around the One Loco community, and the One Loco basketball thing is really um, meant to mimic European academies, as we move forward. Like right now, it's just sort of getting our hands in the dirt and getting dirty and getting the kids trained who want to get trained, and obviously we're having great success there. But like the goal would be moving forward would be that teaching
Right.
kids a uniform language of sport at an early age to where they can kind of move it along and understand uh, the basic tenets of what it is and isn't, right? Like how are you going to play basketball if you can't get from point A to point B? How are you going to play basketball if you don't know the difference between a zone and man defenses and how to
Right.
attack each? Right?
Yep.
Half these kids don't know where to line up on jump balls, man, much less some of the more sophisticated concepts. And that's not a shot. That's just not having the
It's just
exposure in
reality.
sport like they should. It's reality. So
Yeah.
I just feel like we need to, move on down the road, and as good as it is to praise the kids who are good, which we will do in this happy hour moving forward, we also need to be real about like what the limitations, what are we talking about here, because we don't have a team that goes past the first round except for maybe
Right.
Buford,
And we
right?
don't have
In
kids going off to play college basketball every year. I mean, it's
no,
pretty
I
few and
mean,
far
like,
between.
yeah, I mean, we've had in the H2 program a tremendous amount comparatively to the area in like a 6 year
Right.
span. In fact, I started to put the alumni page together on Train 1L the other day, and has some 20 odd, some odd kids. Now, a couple of them are track athletes, right, who played for us and
Hmm.
whatever. But, um, but the reality of it is that that's great. But there's no P5 kids coming through. There's no big time
Right.
D1 kids coming through, and that's because we're not getting to them young enough. Here's the other problem: half of them think they are.
Right.
Yeah.
That is
So
a
like,
big part of it. The
it's a
glazing
big
is a
problem.
real issue.
So like, you
Yo,
have a
and
huge
the real issue is the glazing from adults, bro. I
That's
get
what
right.
I'm
the
talking
kids
about.
glazing each other, but golly, man.
Well, and that's
I
Yeah.
used to,
also the
That's what I'm
man.
talking about.
Yo, I had the best girls team in this area. I told them pretty much every day. Individually, I really ain't that good. I told them
no,
that every single day, man, because that's the
no.
truth.
And it was the
Yeah.
truth. And the thing is they knew that, but the thing is those are the kind of kids though that have been out in the real world and seen it anyway.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And still will show up and get it done. So like they're the kind of parents that we attract at 1L, like the new H2 2030 team that Matt's heading up with sidekick, we think. Um,
Yeah, hope
the
so.
yeah, if he ever shows up. Um, but the thing about them is that they're all vested, right? The parents are vested. They're all sort of like gung ho, very into it, and they are bought in on trying to add layers. They're already very skilled kids. They'd already be some of the best varsity players in the area, bar none. A
I
couple of
mean,
them are.
Kate Pagan.
Everyone, Kay
Oh,
Pagan, right? So like an Ellis, right? Ellis Freeman's going to be point guard at Hilton Head High School girls. She's an ace
Kate
as well.
Pagan.
She plays on that team, right? Charlotte's the sixth man at Cross. She's in seventh grade. She's not on the 2030 team, but we're trying to, help her get that 2031, 2032 look. But like the reality of it is that it's okay. Um, it's okay to, in this case, those kids go hard, right? Now, I want them to see all the success in the world, but I want it to come to them in a time and a framework that makes sense. I don't want
Right.
Kate to go, I had 16 yesterday because and think that that's a fully realized situation. I want her to be happy with their progress and know that she's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also don't want her to feel like glaze over something.
Right.
It's like Skiza, man. H2 kids were involved, and by involved, I mean uniquely involved in 8 state championships in 6 years in this area. And
Yeah.
and like that's a lot that we put down and won, and not one of those championships means a damn thing
at all.
Right.
at
Right.
all. They're like, I mean, it's cool to hear that guy talk because he's a lot like
You mean the
yeah,
Skeezer man?
yeah, he's like, what's that
Welcome
rooster,
to
man?
the
Who's the rooster?
Skees, the South Carolina Independent School
Foghorn
Association
Leghorn.
Basketball Championships.
Yeah, he's Foghorn Leghorn, man. He's great.
Very much.
But other than
Yeah.
other than him, like there's no look, 4A girls, okay. You guys can get at me with that, States, because you got to end up going
Facts.
through Trinity. I mean, look, 4A girls in Skiza, they have as
Legit.
much. They're 4 deep, and their semifinals are as good as any state
Yeah.
semifinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's to be commended. But like other than that, these are
Yeah.
these are worthless crowns. And so I think it's. Oh, I got dogs going. So
One
other
in a
than that.
rodeo arena.
Yeah. So anyway, man, it's one of those things where like we got to reprioritize and not be like, we'll get you back
Yeah.
in time for region. Who cares, bro? Like region, get better. You know
Yeah.
that we're not trying to
Yeah.
win worthless tokens. We're trying to get better kids and that they can get leveraged educations.
Oh,
Amen.
And also
Amen.
we want to provide good experiences for those who want to go hard
Yeah.
and know their role.
Yeah.
You
Go
know,
compete against the best and be a part of something bigger than yourself. That's the goal at the end. All
that's
right,
it.
boys. Well, I think we did enough damage for the first one. This has been the One Loco Hoops Happy Hour. Uh, well, I don't know when we're doing it again. When are we doing it again, Rob? You gonna let us know?
yeah, let us know day of, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
man.
sure.
Roughly.
But
Yeah.
we'll get on a regular schedule. I'm kind of thinking Sunday nights once we get into the season. We got time to absorb what's happened and kind of set the stage for the next week. Sunday nights are usually pretty chill for me, but
That works.
I'll let you guys
I'm
comment.
into it. Plus, we get a whole full week's wrap on that and can preview
Yeah,
the next. And
exactly. Kind of reset
yeah.
once a week. But all right. Well, we'll see you next time on the One Loco Hoops Happy Hour for Robbie B and Coach Fish. I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Loco.